All right, let's dive into some West Coast swing today. We're going with that Wikipedia excerpt you found. Seems like a good place to start for like a solid overview, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wikipedia is great for that kind of like bird's eye view,
Yeah.
before we really get into the nitty gritty.
Totally, totally. And speaking of getting into it, they mentioned this elastic look that's like a hallmark of West Coast swing. I've seen videos, and it really does look like there's this like springy energy going on. What causes that?
It's all about the technique, that extension compression thing they talk about, how the partners connect. Imagine like a spring or one of those bouncy balls. You got the idea. Stretch out, create that line, then come back together. That tension, that back and forth, that's what gives it that look.
Okay, yeah, I can picture it now, all those springs. And here's something I find fascinating. It says both partners get to improvise in West Coast swing. Isn't that like rare for partner dances?
It is. Many partner dances, the lead's very structured. But West Coast swing, it's like throwing open a window. It's about a conversation through movement, a real give and take where both dancers add to the creativity.
Wow, a conversation through movement. That's a cool way to put it. No wonder people say it feels so connected. But okay, before we get too freestyle here, I gotta ask about the basics. What are the fundamental steps that like underpin all this improvisation?
Good question. So you have your foundational figures, right?
Hmm.
And a lot of them fit into these nice 6 or 8 count patterns. Like that's the rhythmic structure they work within.
So it's kind of like the 6 or 8 count is the canvas, and then the improvisation is where they get to go wild with the paint.
Exactly. You'll see classics like the underarm pass, the sugar push, always a fun one, and of course the whip. But those are just starting points, springboards for all that improvisation we've been talking about.
Hold on. Sugar push. You're not just making that up, are you? I might need a demo later.
You'll have to catch me on the dance floor for that. But yeah, even with those basics, there's so much room for individual style. That's where the real magic happens.
No, I really want to try this, but let's rewind a bit. Wikipedia mentioned West Coast swing has roots in Lindy Hop. So is it like a direct descendant, or did it evolve a bit more organically than that?
Ooh, good point. It's definitely got that Lindy Hop DNA, but it went on its own journey, shaped by the music and the whole vibe of the West Coast.
So like swing era, but make it West Coast.
Mm.
Okay. Every good story needs characters. Who are some of the big names that helped put West Coast swing on the map?
Two come to mind right away, Dean Collins and Laura Hale. They were huge EE in those early years, refining those core elements.
Always amazing how individuals can shape something as big as a dance style. And speaking of shaping, we got to talk about the slot. That's like West Coast swing's own personal lane on the dance floor, right?
That's it. It's one of the defining features. Basically, it's this long, narrow rectangle that acts as the dance space. The follower moves back and forth within it, while the leader guides and shapes the dance within those lines.
You know, I once heard that the slot was invented in Hollywood so they could keep the dancers in focus for the cameras. Any truth to that?
Oh, those Hollywood stories. Always a good laugh. The truth is a little less glamorous, but no less interesting. Crowded dance floors, that's where it came from. Think about those old ballroom scenes. The slot keeps things flowing, avoids collisions. Practical.
So, from packed dance halls to that distinct elastic look, West Coast swing has a pretty interesting backstory. But let's not get stuck in the past. What about today? I have a feeling the soundtrack has gotten a modern update, right?
Oh, you're definitely right about that. What's amazing is how West Coast swing has adapted and evolved. It can groove to almost anything.
Mm.
Blues, hip-hop, you name it, even pop music. It's amazing how it takes on the flavor of whatever's playing but keeps that unique West Coast swing feel.
See, this is what I love about these deep dives. You find these cool connections, like how this dance has always been about evolution, bringing in new sounds. It's not stuck in the past, it's still, like, totally fresh.
Exactly. And that's a big reason why it's resonated with so many people.
Yeah.
We talked about the slot and the elastic look, but there's more. Wikipedia mentioned musicality and, well, connection is huge E in partner dancing. Fill us in on that. What's the deal with those in West Coast swing?
Yes. Let's get into it. Knowing the steps is one thing, but feeling the music, really connecting with your partner on that level, that's something else.
You said it. Musicality in West Coast swing, it's more than just hitting the beat. It's about feeling those little nuances in the music. The highs, the lows, even the pauses, the instruments, and letting those things shape your movement. Like the music's telling a story, and the dancers, they're bringing it to life.
I like that. So if the music changes, like unexpectedly, the dancers change too, right?
Exactly. And that's where connection comes in, that almost telepathic thing between partners. You're anticipating each other's moves, responding to these subtle cues, and it becomes this, like, wordless conversation.
You said intimate, and I can see that. When you're so in tune with the music and your partner, it changes the whole feeling on the dance floor. So we've got structure and improvisation, musicality, connection. What ties it all together in West Coast swing? Is there like a common thread?
It's interesting, there's this concept of momentum. See, in West Coast swing, the leader isn't dictating every single step. They're guiding the followers' momentum, shaping the dance through that shared energy, that push and pull.
So it's more collaborative, like less about one person calling the shots and more about creating this energy together.
Exactly, it's a back and forth, and communication is key, both speaking and, body language.
That makes sense. Probably why the improvisation looks so smooth. You
Yeah.
need that trust, that connection to really just let go and create. But this momentum, what does that actually look like? Big, dramatic movements or something more, I don't know, subtle?
One of the coolest things about West Coast swing is that it can be both. It can be so smooth and controlled, almost elegant, or high energy, playful, depending on the music, the dancers. But even when it's big and expressive, there's this groundedness to it, that elastic look we were talking about.
Right, right. It's like controlled freedom.
Yes, exactly. You've got so much room for expression within those boundaries
Yeah.
of the slot and the connection with your partner.
That's what makes it so captivating, right? It's always a surprise, but always stylish, always engaging.
It really is. And that element of surprise, it's even bigger when you consider how global West Coast swing has become. Remember how we were talking about it embracing new music? Well, it's embraced dancers from all over the world, too.
Wait, really? I just figured it was, a West Coast thing mostly. So where are we talking? Give me some countries. Don't leave me hanging.
Okay, get this. From the U.S. to Europe, even beyond, West Coast swing is everywhere. France, Russia, Germany, Australia, you name it, they're probably dancing it. There are huge international competitions just for West Coast swing.
Wow, that's wild. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it. It's about connection, creativity, fun. Those are things everyone understands.
Exactly, and you see that at these events. Budapest in Hungary, Aruzo Westi Fest in Spain. These incredible gatherings where people come together just to share their love of West Coast swing.
It's kind of amazing, this dance that started with Lindy Hop, influenced by West Coast music, and now it's this whole global phenomenon.
It really shows you the power of dance, crossing
Mhm.
cultures, bringing people together. It really is something. So we've got tradition, evolution, global reach. It makes you wonder, where does West Coast swing go from here? It's like we open this treasure chest, right? This whole dance style, and we're just getting started. Lindy Hop, global reach, the slot, the sugar push. Still waiting on that demo, by the way. West Coast swing is full of surprises.
That's the best part. It keeps you guessing, always learning, always changing.
Okay, but seriously though, where do you see it going next? What's in the cards for West Coast swing?
The million-dollar question, huh? Well, if history's any indication, and knowing how it embraces new music, new dancers, I think the future's looking pretty bright. Those next 8 counts are gonna be something else.
You know what? I think you're right. This has been awesome. History, the technical stuff, even traveled the world a bit, and we didn't even have to leave.
And hey, maybe we've even inspired some listeners to get out there and give it a try themselves. There you go. Doesn't matter if you're a pro or just starting out, there's a place for you in West Coast swing. So find your slot, feel the music, and most importantly, have a blast. That's what it's all about. Until next time, keep on swinging.